two men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone.
And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper, at least, a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. So I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on the schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead, make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap, the trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And the Saints will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. On first down, they'll run to Luongo. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down. And you look at the Saints defense.
They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
They forced 7 turnovers.
How many?
7.
7.
I mean, think about that number now. That's supposed to be a lucky number, right? Lucky for one side, unlucky for the other.
Second down at 6 now from the 42. Another run now for Luongo.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So a rocky start on both sides offensively. Turnovers exchanged.
I saw what you did there.
What'd I do? Rocky. Two Rockies.
I saw that. I got it. And, and right now, they're carrying it around like they are wearing boxing gloves. If we're going to have that kind of a reference, they've got to get it together and start playing a little bit better ball.
Good running there by Kamara on first down as he takes this ahead for a gain of 5.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
From the 38 now, here's second down at 5.
Now Carr.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. From the eluding the pressure right.
This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with a throw to the safety valve, but it's 4th down. Here's Blake Gillikin now.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things going in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Up the middle, Nwangu.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the Vikings at 4 and 5, a game under 500. But they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around.
Let's keep that screen up.
His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory.
You can look at this Saints defense.
They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this group. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings 1st down as he'll get this down to the 40. Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. 1st down Vikings.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Again, it's Cousins. And it's intercepted. The big fella. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
You have to reorder the sentence to how it makes sense.
What you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
Okay, I'll help you with that. Hold on, let me finish this.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Hey, we're good. Later one. Hey, 7
Here's Carr to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Johnson, the intended target, and it'll bring up third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing his Carr on third down. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up fourth down. So Carr will exit stage right and on his Lutz for the Saints field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, this defense for the Saints very strong in that victory a week ago.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Cousins here going to change the play.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
There you go, partner. That's some old-school football right there. You need 1 yard? Give it to your bruiser or fullback and let him get the job done.
Cousins on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Cousins now on 2nd down.
They'll set up the screen for Nwangwu.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Two 1st downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10.
Handoff right side to Nwangwu.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
To throw is Cousins. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Pass taken in by his big tight end, and this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 36. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
They're going to empty the backfield here, so you know this ball's likely to come out quick. They let the 4 outside receivers run deeper routes, and then let the tight end just make a beeline across the formation. He's able to make the catch and turn it into good yardage and a 1st down.
Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's 2nd and 7. On the toss, here's Nwangu. And he loses the football the 2nd time. And this is picked up by the Saints.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll go right back to Nwangu. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2nd down, Cousins. Complete, Jefferson the target. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 12-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those times.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, turnovers, obviously, Charles, always costly, but, man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They are, for the moment, the best team in football, 9-0 entering play here. And, Charles, I don't know if we'd call them a surprise 9-0, but the way that they have been winning definitely opened up a lot of eyes around the NFL.
Well, what we've seen from them so far this season, you can't stop them on offense. You can't score on them on defense. So, to me, if you're going to play against them, you have to bring your best game and hope they throw a clunker in that day to give yourself a chance.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Now Carr on the bootleg. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Only able to gain a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
You don't see too many pass-catching fullbacks nowadays, partner. In fact, you don't see too many fullbacks, period.
Good news, though, he does have decent hands, and we saw it right there on display. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. Looking here for Smith downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down. Bust through the tackle. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard. Cousins now. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
On 1st down, Carr. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning to an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. It's Zaven Collins who got in there to get the sack.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll get this out to Kamara. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit, because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
The kick by Lutz is good, and they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
final play of the half. Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled in the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Nwangwu now from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around.
And nowhere to run on the interior. Here's 2nd and 10. Cousins to throw it this time. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Marcus,
because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And nothing much materializing there on the first down.
This game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
He'll buy some time right. And that's going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Kamara up the middle. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. Carr now on 1st down. And the catch made by Johnson. Touchdown, Saints. Juwan Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints use the short field to get in for 6. Will Lutz on for the point after. And he's got it to make it now 13-0. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Nwangwu now from his end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays. Oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Here's Cousins. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down.
They snapped the ball backed up inside their own 10. Now they're backed up even further, and they can thank their coverage for that. They called the zone, and they were aggressive enough to deny an early window, and that gave their rushers a chance to get to the pocket.
3rd and long for Cousins. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
93.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brian Asamoah working his way in to pick up the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down. So Carr will exit stage right and on his Lutz for the Saints field goal. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, after that last sequence, they're sitting pretty comfortably. They force the fumble, get the field goal, and expand on that lead here in the 2nd half.
And don't expect them to rest on their laurels after that kick either. They'll keep their effort up until the final whistle. They don't consider any lead safe.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Throwing is Cousins. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Jalen Smith from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film section tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Cousins. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Cousins to throw it. That's dropped underneath to Nwangu. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To the air again, it's Cousins. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a give running right, Nwangu. It'll be a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll also be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 41, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing, Cousins. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings 1st down as he'll get this down inside the 35. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down. Handoff here to Nwangu. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. To throw, Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hockenson, and it's 2nd down. On the give is Nwangu. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
This offense so far on 3rd down, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? Advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, what are they, about 95% chance?
Oh, yeah, I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. On the counter, here's Kamara. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Trying to lay one up deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And with the struggles they've had putting points on the board, he's the one who's had the breakthrough, trying to find him again for another one to try and add to their total.
What now?
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here to have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. On play action, Cousins. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to get the football back as we have reached the 2-minute warning. got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Jet sweep. Here's Olave.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Kamara trying the right side, and he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, go into pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
This is 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Now Cousins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has been so stingy all game long. No reason to think it's suddenly going to open up now. They took their shot, but this, like many others, falls incomplete.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
One last shot now for Cousins. And he's taken down here by the Saints. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today.